use your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Quote, aging is not a physical process. It is a thought process. Unquote. The flaw in the anti-aging movement is a conflict of beliefs. You can't fight aging without confirming that it is real and exists. When you address aging, you create the very thing that you want to fight. You create aging because you cannot fight or address something that doesn't exist. So every time you take a pill or meditate on the subject, you confirm and strengthen your belief in it. It's not all bad. If secretly deep down inside you do believe in aging, and if you believe that what you are doing is helping, then you are possibly slowing it down but not stopping it. Aging is not real. If your body is not actually a physical functioning system, and we know that it's not because of all the examples we've seen above, then how could it be getting old? If your body can't and doesn't really see, if it is impervious to fire, if it doesn't even need food or water to exist, then what could possibly cause it to age? There is only one possible answer. Your thoughts that you are aging is why you are aging. Remember that the multiple personality people instantly created certain body conditions as they took control of their meanings and beliefs. You could take control of how you see your body conditions as well. Remember that you are using your God power to assign meaning in your life just by thinking. It's not something that you can turn off and only use it when you want to. It is on all the time. Every time you say, I'm going to get fat eating this, or I'm fat, that's meaning. When you think I'm getting older, or just I'm older, that's meaning. The bright side is this. Until now, you have thought that aging was real and that you could not stop it. I mean that in its most literal sense. This was a lower level consciousness thought, where physical is real and needs to be handled in a physical way. This would be like the man with the disease who thought that the only way to cure a physical disease was to use a physical cure. That makes perfect sense at the lower level of understanding or consciousness. Frankly, at that level of thought, those are the only options you have. However, now that you are at a much higher level of understanding or consciousness, where you know how things work, you can handle this in a more powerful way by using your God power to change the meaning instead. However, this can only be done at the higher level of understanding or consciousness. The reason that you have to be at a higher level of consciousness or understanding for this to work is that changing meanings require your belief in them. If you don't see the bigger picture and don't really understand how things work, then you could never believe in your new meanings. You would be stuck having to have some sort of medicine or operation to get cured, and you would have to have some sort of anti-aging drug or operation to slow your aging. But at that low level, you could never stop it. At this higher level of understanding and consciousness, we ask the questions, how can a representation get old? If the representation is created from beliefs and meanings, then it can't get old unless the beliefs and meanings say so. If we have a computerized representation of ourselves as an avatar in Second Life, how could it get old when it is only a representation? We would have to make it look old and act old, because representations can't get old on their own. How could they? They aren't doing anything on their own. They are just representing. It's all in our thoughts and image of ourselves that forms our body blueprint. Okay, all right, let's look at this illustration. This is a really good one, by the way. Okay, now, we got 3 columns here. These are the 3 things we can compare for aging. First, we got the computer music player. Second, we got the Second Life virtual world. And last, we have the human life physical world. Okay, now, here across the top, we got the source of all energy, power, and ability. For the music player, the source of all energy, power, and ability is the computer. For the Second Life virtual world, the source of energy, power, and ability is the computer. For the human life in the physical world, the source of energy, power, and ability is the non-physical energy form. That's where it all happens. That's the source of energy, power, and ability right there. That's where it starts. That's where it comes from. That's where everything stems from that. If that weren't there, there would be nothing. Okay. Now at the next level, we have the program which dictates how that power will be represented. Now this is what dictates how the power will be represented. Okay? So it's not the representation. This is what dictates the representation. So for the computer music player, it's a program. And there's no changes there on that. That pretty much is a fixed program. Doesn't get changed. It's a music program. It does what it does, and that's it. Now, in the Second Life virtual world, once again, it's a program. It doesn't have any changes, really. Yes, you can modify it to some degree, and same with the music player. You can make a few little changes, but pretty much the program is fixed. Now, for the human life in the physical world, the program which dictates how that power will be represented is the beliefs. And they're always being adjusted. They're always changing. So you see, this is the program which dictates how the power will be represented. So when the beliefs change, then they dictate a different representation. If the program changes in the virtual world or in the computer player, it will dictate a different representation. That's how it works. You have the source of power, the non-physical energy form. You have the program, which is the beliefs and meanings. And then you have the created result. On the bottom line is the created result representation. For the music player, it's a picture of a music player on the computer screen. That's the represented result of the program. It is not the program. It is the representation of the program. It is not the power. The power is in the computer. It's not the power. It's not the program. It's just the result. It's just what's generated. It's just what's created. It's just the representation. That's it. Now, in Second Life, you got your avatar. The avatar is not the source of energy or power. Nope. And it's not the program. Nope. It's just the resulting representation. It's the resulting expression from the program. And then with the human life in the physical world, you got your body. It's the body. That's the representation, is the body. You have the non-physical form, the source of energy and power. You got your beliefs and meanings, which is the program that dictates how the power will be represented. And the power is represented as a body. But as the beliefs and meanings are changing and adjusting at all times, it's always representing itself. It's always representing itself, representing itself again and again. It's always a little bit different, a little bit newer, a little bit, I say newer in that it's the newest version of the program.
Richard will continue this explanation on the next segment, number 51. To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 10, segment number 51. Let your quest for knowing continue.